DJ Envy. Say your name.
Oh, do it again. Come on. This is the new. We just thought about this morning. Come on, do it again.
Morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. I'm DJ Envy.
And I go by the name of Charlamagne the God. Happy holidays, y'all. What's happening?
That's right. If you just joined us, Charlamagne gave Donkey of the Day to who?
Everybody that's slandering Deion Sanders for deciding to go from Jackson State to Colorado. I don't understand the slander. I feel like, Deion Sanders, has done everything that he said he was going to do. You know what I mean? He did his job. He told us from the beginning everything he was going to do. He was going to change the perspective of HBCU football, which he did. And he said he was going to entertain a Power 5 job if it came. He did all of that. He laid the blueprint. He showed us what's possible. What more do you want from Deion Sanders? And I'm going to tell you something else. Deion Sanders didn't have to go to an HBCU at all. If Deion Sanders' mentality was to get a Power 5 job, the thing that most people would have done would have went to a smaller PWI. But instead of going to a smaller PWI, he decided to go to an HBCU, which was a very risky move. You know why? Because there's never been an HBCU coach that got a Power 5 job until now.
Well, not only that, a lot of HBCU colleges, especially when it comes to sports, don't necessarily have the money that other schools usually have. So if a student gets injured, they don't have the training facilities a lot of the time. They don't have the doctors on staff. They don't have the staff. So that's why a lot of people, especially kids, when they're thinking about going to colleges to play sports, don't necessarily consider HBCUs all the time. But Deion definitely changed that.
That's right.
He's got a bunch of huge recruits to go to that school and huge recruits to look at HBCUs. And not only that, he's got corporate sponsorships. He's got a lot of people to come down there to sponsor, to give money, to donate, to do things that a lot of people weren't doing. And you got to respect that. You got to appreciate that.
And what you said is very true, man. And I said this during Donkey of the Day, and I'm going to repeat it. HBCUs are chronically underfunded.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because of state underinvestment, lower alumni contributions, lower endowments. And that's why I ask a simple question. What have you done for an HBCU lately? You cannot criticize Deion Sanders if you have not donated to an HBCU ever. Shut the F up forever if you got something to say and you have not donated to an HBCU. Everybody in this room supports HBCUs. I ran the record down during Donkey of the Day. Do I have to do it again? We raised damn near $1 million for the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. I've given $250,000 out of my own pocket to South Carolina State University. We just flew, 40 kids from HBCUs in Nashville last weekend for the Thriller Possibility Summit. The Black Effect Podcast Network, iHeartRadio, and Nissan. You had your initiative where you was going to different HBCUs, just popping up on them to talk to them and broadcast from school.
Broadcast live, and we raised money. We went through Pepsi, shout out to Derek Lewis, and Doritos, and we went to every homecoming, and not just party. We actually spoke about investing, generational wealth.
That's right.
We've raised tons and tons of money. We talk about it all the time. We actually did a documentary called Road to Homecoming, where we talk about the different HBCUs that people might not know of, whether it's because, everybody always hears the Howard, the Hampton, Morehouse, Spelman. But sometimes there's so many like Bethune-Cookman or St. Augustine's. There's so many different HBCUs.
South Carolina State University. You know why? We simply understand the importance of pouring into HBCU students. So before y'all slander Deion Sanders, ask yourself, what have you done for an HBCU lately?
All right, so we're asking 800-585-1051. We're asking what's your thoughts? Hello, who's this?
Yo, this T. Hearn, proud Jackson State alumni.
What's up, bro? What's your thoughts, brother?
Hey, man, we appreciate everything that Deion did for us, but y'all acting like he didn't sell us wolf tickets, man.
What you mean?
What was the wolf tickets? Talk to me. Tell me.
His whole platform was talking about leveling the playing field. You don't have to go to their school to get ahead, and then the first opportunity, he jumped ship. Now, like I said, we appreciate everything he did, man, and we'll never take that from him, but at least finish your commitment, finish your contract, do one graduating class at least. We didn't think you was going to be here forever, but come on, bro.
But he did level the playing field, and he did show us what's possible and what happens when you do support HBCUs. Because what I keep asking my brother is, what have other people that are slandering Deion Sanders done for HBCUs lately? Those HBCUs were underfunded before Deion got there, and they're going to be underfunded after he gone.
I get that, but how will we ever get ahead if every time we get a little momentum, they pluck the best of us?
No, that's not true. If one man can stop the momentum of HBCUs, HBCUs don't really got no momentum. It's so much alumni out there that don't be donating to those schools.
Hello, who's this? Hello?
Hey, this is
Hey, LA, good morning.
LA.
What's your thoughts, bro?
Good morning, Breakfast Club.
Good morning.
Yeah, so I'm from Jackson, and the main thing that I really know about is we're more hurt than anything that Deion leaving. Like, I appreciate him coming down, doing everything he did for us, and I applaud him for everything. He's going to do a Power 5 job, but we hurt more than anything. We never had anything down in Jackson, for the violence, crime, and everything like that. And he was a beacon of light for us, and then he just left. So
I understand that.
I'll guarantee you'll get another coach, and I'll guarantee you that program. I mean, Walmart donated millions. I know Pepsi's donated millions. So many different places have donated millions. So what he did for not just Jackson, but for all HBCUs was really amazing.
Hey, you know what? You bring up a good point, though, my brother, and this is what I guess I'm trying to convey, too, man. I like the spirit of Jackson. You know what I mean? Jackson, Mississippi, what y'all be doing at them games, y'all popping regardless of who the coach is on the sideline. So y'all got to keep that energy going. Y'all got to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, we always been like that, yeah.
And that's another thing that you say. When you go to these other schools sometimes, the stadiums are packed with people. And at all HBCUs, a lot of times, the only time it's packed is homecoming.
Yeah, I wish I could say.
We got to change that. We got to make sure we support our schools. We go to those games. We support those players and support those teams. We have to.
Yeah, I wish I could say that about South Carolina State University, but that's not the case.
No, some of the schools you get a huge thing, but a lot of those schools they only come out during homecoming.
Nah, you're right.
Homecoming, they're in the parking lot.
You're right. Tailgating.
Tailgating.
Yeah, you're right.
800-585-1051. Charlamagne gave the people at slandering Deion Sanders donkey of the day, and we're asking the whole Deion Sanders thing. What's your thoughts? We'll take your calls when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. What up, y'all? We are the Breakfast Club. I'm DJ MV.
And I go by the name of Charlamagne the God. Good morning. Happy holidays. What's happening?
If you're just joining us, we're talking about Deion Sanders. Now, Charlamagne gave donkey today to who?
To everybody that's slandering Deion Sanders for leaving Jackson State University to go to a Power 5 school in Colorado. And the reason I'm giving him donkey of the day, man, is because literally Deion did his job. Yes. He did everything that he said he was going to do. He said he was going to change the perspective of HBCU football, and he said he was going to entertain a Power 5 job if one came.
But didn't he donate some of his salary?
Bro, he was only getting paid $1.2 million for 4 years. Mm-hmm. He donated half of his salary to make sure that the students had better facilities.
And then he has to give $300,000 back.
He has to pay $300,000 in a contract buyout because he's, leaving.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're asking, what are your thoughts? Hello, who's this? What's your name?
Hello.
Hello, good morning. This is Monet calling from Columbia, South Carolina.
803, what's happening?
Hey, Monet, what's your thoughts?
So I am a product of an HBCU, Claflin University. Good morning.
Claflin. My father-in-law went to Claflin.
Shout out to the Panthers. And I actually work at a high school, and I am the college readiness coordinator pretty much. And so to see the impact that Coach Prime has made on students even wanting to go to HBCUs, not even from an athletic perspective, just from, all my students right now, they're in their junior year and they're like, oh, Ms. Vincent, I'm trying to go, to HBCU. And just to see the culture and, for the past 10 years, it's just been an influx as it relates to the enrollment. And so just to see that alone within itself, I think he should be commended for not only from an athletic perspective, but just enrollment. HBCUs do require a lot of funding, and to know that he has done what he's done, I just think it's kudos to him. Maybe I'm not wise enough to speak from the athletic perspective, but from an academic perspective, I just appreciate it.
That's okay. Real. I haven't. It's so crazy. I haven't heard nobody say that about something since A Different World.
What's that?
That that encourage people to go to HBCU.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was A Different World. For me,
my reason.
You went because A Different World.
No, A Different World was the reason I wanted to go to Hampton
Let
University.
the young lady talk. We know that's the reason. Go ahead, 803.
Yeah, no, I wanted to also go. I grew up watching it. My mom, didn't have the opportunity to go, so I lived vicariously through her, and so I was able to, be connected to folks like Chris Kalen. Shout out to my girl, Chris Kalen.
Chris, what up, Chris?
Yes.
That's my niece.
A good friend of mine. Yes, I love my girl. And, we met, in higher ed. And so I just love what, the HBCU communities are doing. I'm just grateful just to see that the kids even want to go,
Absolutely.
Well, hold on. School me on something, because I didn't go to higher ed. I was in special ed. I thought Chris went to South Carolina State.
No, she did. We met. She used to recruit for South Carolina State, and I was recruiting for Claflin, and that's where her and I kind of connected. So, we connected through the higher ed aspect, and then she kind of took off with, radio. So shout out to my girl, Chris Taylor.
Man, she's texting me right now. I promise to God. Look. She just texted me. Am I lying? What'd I say?
She did, yeah.
Chris Kaelin. She just texted me. Wow.
Yeah, she probably hearing me. That's my girl.
She actually said, "Good morning, Unc. I couldn't get through the hotline, but as an HBCU grad, I got to leave my 2 cents. As a coach, we made Deion the HBCU ambassador. Meanwhile, HBCUs like my alma mater, SC State, beat JSU at the Celebration Bowl last year. SC State didn't get any coverage. People are in fear that if we lose the celebrity coach, we'll lose the publicity. Meanwhile, SC State has been drafting football players to the NFL every year with the most players inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame. People go where the hype is. We just need people that truly care to support, regardless if a celebrity endorses it." I agree.
Absolutely.
With my good niece, Chris Kaelin.
But that's what it is. We have to keep supporting, keep going, keep talking about it, and keep making it hot. I mean,
yes.
that's one thing I would say that Howard University has done well at. I mean, a lot of people graduated from Howard University, even though that's, my nemesis because I went to Hampton. But if you look at the alumni, whether it's Anthony Anderson, Taraji P. Henson, Chadwick Boseman.
That's right.
Diddy,
God bless the dead. That's right.
There's so many people, but it's not huge in sports. It's more huge in the arts. But still, we just got to keep supporting.
That's right.
Hello, who's this?
This is Nikki.
Hey, Nikki. Talk to us, Nikki.
Hey, I'm calling. I'm from Gulfport, Mississippi.
Okay.
And we're hurt. Don't get us wrong. We're hurt because he shined a light on Mississippi as well as Jackson State. And so we're hurt. But at the end of the day, he never promised that this was going to be his retirement job. He's going to stay there until he retired. He came, he flipped the program around, and he moved on. I mean, how can you not be happy for him at the end of the day?
I agree.
He did what he was supposed to do. And then, at this point, I feel like that's his career. That's going to be his coaching career. He's going to go around, flipping around all these colleges whose football program is basically not any good, and he's going to flip it around, make it better, move on to the next one.
Until he gets to Florida State. Until he gets to Florida State, and that's where he's going to be, because that's his dream job.
Exactly.
Yes.
He got to go back home. He's going to end up back home.
That's right.
If he retires, he's going to be at home.
That's right.
Thank you, Mama.
Why you keep hanging up on people so fast?
I mean, we got to go. What's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is, what have you done for an HBCU lately? That's my biggest thing, man. You cannot slander Deion Sanders if you do not support HBCUs on a regular basis. And I will keep talking this talk because it's true. The Breakfast Club has raised damn near $1 million for HBCUs through the Thurgood College, the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. Myself, Leonard McKelvey, Charlamagne the God, I've donated $250,000 to my mother's alma mater, South Carolina State University, out of my pocket. Okay, just last month, Black Effect Podcast Network, my podcast network, iHeartRadio, and Nissan, we had the Thriller Possibility Summit where we had 50 HBCU students, flew them to Nashville for a whole bunch of panels and networking and mixers and all kind of other stuff because we understand the importance of pouring into HBCU students. So I ask again, what have you done for an HBCU lately?
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.